Tonight's story is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction.
Now, our exclusive interview with Michael Jackson, who turns 50 today. Our correspondent for all things cultural, Chris Connolly, spoke to the pop icon on the phone about the ups and downs of his life, career, his future. And Chris, I hear it was a surprising conversation. Do tell.
Yeah, kind of surreal to be actually talking to Michael Jackson, especially over the phone in a voice that faded in and out like an old radio station when you're driving in a car somewhere. He said he'd take questions about his career, and so that's what we talked about, that and turning the big 5-0.
Facing a personal milestone that finds many people looking back, Jackson is focused on the future, which he thinks is brighter than ever.
As you look back on your career, Michael, what would you have done differently?
Still looking forward to doing a lot of great things, but that's hard. I think the best is yet to come, in my true humble opinion.
But still, I promise you, the best is yet to come.
Well, that would take some doing.
This is it. This will be it. This is it. And when I say this is it, it really means this is it. Because, I love you. I really do. You have to know that. I love you so much. Really. From the bottom of my heart. This is it. And see you in July.
Latoya, how's your bro? You like how he's giving the old peace sign to the world?
Michael! We love you, Michael!
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 Michael, you're the best! Hey, Michael, can you still moonwalk? Can you still moonwalk, Michael?
Why would I be able to?
Oh, Michael, you're the best! You're the best, Michael!
Thank you! We love you, Michael. You're the best.
Michael, it's like a life-changing experience to see you.
How are you, Michael?
You're the best,
brother.
Michael!
How are you feeling? Sorry. Good. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. God bless you, Michael. Have a great other short. Guys, come on back. How you doing? All right, guys. Michael! How are you? I can't see. Come on, guys. How are you, Michael? Hey, you're great.
He talked about vanishing.
I would like some kind of way to share with
Good evening. Every American generation has its icons in the world of entertainment. Michael Jackson has been one of the best-known stars on this planet for the last several decades. On this night, when we were preparing a remembrance of Farrah Fawcett, suddenly word arrived from Southern California that Jackson had been rushed to the hospital. There were grave reports about his condition. And now this, confirmation tonight that he has died. A lot will be said about Michael Jackson as we learn more about this story.
Isn't it eerie how close this is to Elvis as far as the death is concerned?
I think that it's a lot closer to Elvis in every way.
Good evening. Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing. His road manager tried to revive him. He failed. A hospital tried to revive him. It failed. His doctor pronounced him dead at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
The only thing I could say, besides Jesus Christ, there's no greater man that ever lived in any respect, in loving his friends, in loving the world, and giving to the world. There's no way to express it. Besides Jesus Christ, he's the greatest man ever.
Michael was very, very healthy. He had passed physicals for the show. His heart was in. He had said he suffered a heart attack and all this kind of stuff. He was very, very healthy. But Michael was not with us way before he arrived to the airport.
What do you mean by that? You had not seen
way before he arrived to the hospital.
Right. Okay, so you're saying
he wasn't with he had passed way before then.
Okay.
Right.
Which led to conspiracy.
It was conspiracy, yeah.
This is all complete conspiracy. You have to know that.
I don't want to say too much. I'm done.
I've heard people say Michael was manipulated, he was this, he was unfocused, he was dazed. all not true. Michael was the manipulator.
How so?
In a very positive sense, in that he had a creative vision that was absolute genius, and we just followed him.
Clearly, we don't believe that. You're free to believe what you want. Please don't say that to Gus. Now I'll just tell you that Michael Jackson isn't dead. He learned how to fake his death from Lisa Marie, which implies that Elvis is still alive.
Lisa Marie and her mother, Priscilla Presley, are here for their first mother-daughter television interview. I said I was going to ask you what you thought of the marriage to Michael Jackson. Of your daughter's marriage to Michael Jackson.
Concerned and suspicious.
So you thought, I asked her yesterday, did she think she was used? Do you think she was used? It was hot.
It is hot. It's a little bit hot here. I do. There's something very calculating and manipulative about, how he does things. And I couldn't help. I mean, there's Graceland, there's, Neverland. There's a whole, thread that goes into what he does, and even in his
King
business.
of rock and roll, king of pop.
Exactly. I do think that was some of that. Not that he didn't care, but I just feel that there's a whole other agenda to be associated somehow to her and her father. I really don't want to go there with that.
Lisa Marie yesterday on her MySpace page saying, look, our marriage was not a sham. And she says, look, at some point, this is also a discussion that she had with him about his father, her father, Elvis.
Yeah, this is a very interesting look inside Michael Jackson. He looked at Lisa Marie Presley at one point and said, and I quote, "I'm afraid that I'm going to end up like him, the way he did," referring to Elvis, referring to his tragic death. It seems that celebrity tragedy is something Michael was relatively obsessed with. He had a statue of Marilyn Monroe. He was obsessed with these stories of celebrity tragedy, of early death, and now that is how he has gone at the age.
The tradition of great performers and I really want you to hear what I have to say. The tradition of great performers from Sammy Davis Jr. to James Brown to Jackie Wilson to Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly. The story is usually the same though. These guys work really hard at their craft, but the story ends the same. They usually are broken, torn, and usually just sad, and the story is very sad in the end because the companies take advantage of them.
She says that no, she really cared about him, but the reason she divorced him, she says, and I've never heard this before, is because she thought she was in over her head trying to save Jackson from the inevitable, which is what just happened.
That Michael will be dead in a few years. He is headed toward Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, Janis Joplin. It's almost inescapable.
That obviously refers to the fact that he was already on a downward spiral.
Here's something else she threw up on her MySpace page. She says, here as I sit overwhelmed with sadness, reflection, and confusion at what was my biggest failure to date, watching on the news almost play-by-play the exact scenario that I saw happen on August 16, 1977, happening again right now with Michael, a sight I never wanted to see again. Just as he predicted, I am truly, truly gutted, of course, referring to her own father in 1977.
Yes, because I'm expanding a lot of the avenues. People see some of the things I do, and they say, why don't you show this to the world? People don't know you do these things, and maybe I will.
Everybody's doing a great job, and just continue and believe and have faith. Give me all your endurance, your patience, your understanding. But it's an adventure. It's a great adventure. There's nothing to be nervous about. They just want wonderful experiences. They want escapism. You want to take them places that they've never been before. You want to show them town like they've never seen before. So give your all. I love you all. We're a family. Just know that. We're a family.
Yeah.
We have to bring love back into the world, to remind the world that love is important. Love is important. To love each other. We're all one. It's a message to take care of the planet. 4 years to get it right, or else it's irreversible damage.